Design considerations for rainwater harvesting system. When designing a rainwater harvesting system, one has to foremost know the intended use of the harvested water. The intended use of the harvested water is the most important factor that influences the design criteria for all components of a rainwater harvesting system. These components are 1. The collection surface where the rainwater falls on. Example, the type of roof, surface area type, surface area, etc. The conveying and channeling of the collected water to storage, for example gutters and pipes. 3. The storage facility where the water is stored for future use, for example surface or underground storage, type of tanks, etc. 4. Accessing the stored water, for example using gravity, pumping, or buckets. The efficiency of any rainwater harvesting system depends on the effectiveness of each of the 4 components, as well as the availability of rainwater to harvest. There are 10 factors that need to be considered when designing a rainwater harvesting system. That is, 1. Availability of sufficient rainwater to harvest. All areas receiving an average of annual rainwater above 200 mm are potential areas for rainwater harvesting. Areas with 2 rainy seasons are the most favorable. 2. The system should maximize the available surface area for collecting rainfall. 3. The system should minimize losses, especially seepage and evaporation. 4. The system should be able to maintain and preserve quality of water for intended use. 5. There should be minimum manual handling of the water to avoid contamination as well as increase efficient use of the water. 6. The system should be able to ensure safety and security for both human beings and animals. 7. The system should be able to accommodate other future development plans, including future additions and improvements of the system. 8. The system should use appropriate technology that is locally available, for example, using local available materials for installation so as to ensure sustainability. There should be a provision for cleaning and/or repairing of the system, especially the conveyance and storage components. 10. There should be a provision for diverting and flushing dirty water from the collecting surfaces, especially for initial rainfall events, in order to avoid mixing of the dirty water with the water already in the storage. When harvesting rainwater for drinking water from the roof, precautions should be taken to ensure that the roof material does not have contaminants such as roof coating from lead paints, treating timber where chemicals leaching out might contaminate the water, asbestos. In particular, when designing the storage tank, the following needs to be considered. 1. The annual amount, distribution, and variation of rainfall. 2. The length of dry season, particularly in the drought years. 3. The size and type of catchment area for harvesting rainwater. 4. The intended use of the harvested water. For example, drinking, animals, washing, or gardening. 5. The number of uses of the harvested rainwater. 6. Availability of appropriate technology, that is, local skills and materials for constructing and maintaining the storage tank. 7. Affordability of the tank. 8. The expected lifespan of the tank. 9. Ability to prevent contamination of the stored water. And 10. Safety of the users when accessing the stored water in the tank.